talk about Hillary Clinton's comments regarding black men and how they all quote unquote look alike. Now, this was during an interview with Recode. I forget the young lady's name, but I'll put that in the box below. They were talking about Cory Booker, and then the interviewer asked Hillary about the kick them comment, but the kick them comment actually came from Eric Holder. Remember, I did a video about that when he said, when they go low, we kick them. Now, you'll see Hillary Clinton correct the interviewer, and you'll see the joke she made after we get done with the video of this. I'll come back, I'll talk about it, and then I'll explain to you how it would have been different if a different person of a different political party would have said this quote unquote joke. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
And I don't want to go around insulting people. I don't want to paint with a broad brush. Every immigrant is this, every African American is that, every, other person with, different religious beliefs or whatever. That's childish.
What do you think of Cory Booker's? And you didn't comment on him, and you feel free.
Oh, I adore him.
What do you think about him saying kick them in the shins, essentially? Start to get to that kind of political.
Well, that was Eric Holder.
Yeah, Eric Holder,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know they all look alike.
No, they don't. Oh, well done. Hillary.
Yeah,
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, I mean, what more can be said? This is what the left does all the time. They can say racist things. They can say things that are totally inappropriate without any kind of penalty whatsoever. It's not really a big deal. Hillary Clinton jokes about all black men looking alike. That's fine. It's nothing. It's nothing to see here. But imagine if Donald Trump said something like that. When Donald Trump came out and said things about the illegal immigrants coming over here, the whole rapists and stuff like that, people said he was talking about all Hispanics, all immigrants, legal, illegal, or whatever. And what he said was not a joke. It was actually the truth. You have a lot of illegal immigrants that come over here and commit crimes. You have bad people that come through the back door. You have much more legal people coming through the front, right? Criminals coming through the back. Now, not all the time. We're not going to have people that come over here to mini country wrong that come through the back door. However, you're going to have much more people that come through that mean the country harm illegally than legally. That's an obvious fact that can't be disputed. However, Donald Trump gets called a racist and all this and that for that. Furthermore, the whole Charlottesville thing, when Donald Trump said there were good people on both sides, everybody who thought about it for a moment and was not so caught up in their feelings understood what he meant. He was not saying there are good people on both sides as far as the so-called Nazis, white supremacists, KKK versus the non-white supremacists, Nazis, KKK. The issue was of the statue of Robert E. Lee being removed from the campus of the University of Virginia. It was people that were pro-statue and people that were anti-statue. Just because you're a pro-statue does not automatically put you in the category of some kind of racist person or a hate group, affiliate, sympathizer, ally, or anything like that. You could just be a regular person who wants to preserve history for your own particular reasons. And just because you were on the other side does not mean you were part of Antifa, Black Lives Matter, or whatever. You just may be a regular person who disagrees with the statue being there and you want it to be removed for your own reasons. But yet again, because Trump's a conservative, because Trump's on the right, and because Trump is not going to be controlled by anybody, those comments were taken totally out of context and then used to say that he was in favor of these racist hate groups. When Trump said he's a nationalist recently, people took the term nationalist totally out of proportion. Before I even get to what they said, let's talk about the word nationalist. All that it means is that you're patriotic, you are in favor of your own nation, you're a nationalist. If I enjoy being an American citizen, I wave my flag, I'm not going to renounce my citizenship, I like my country, I love my country, that makes me a nationalist. Nationalism is not a race-based thing. However, again, the media took that and then they added the term white in there. So anytime you hear the word nationalist, they want you to hear white nationalist, they want you to hear racist. Quite frankly, it's not anything wrong with being a white nationalist or a black nationalist or an Asian nationalist. If you look at it in the proper way, you can be a nationalist that loves America that just happens to be white. See, when people put the term white nationalist together, they think that you want an ethno state, you want to kick out all the coloreds and stuff like that. That's what they want you to believe. So they went from having a term that meant a positive thing, which is to be in favor of your own country, to defend your own country, to promote your own country, to being some kind of racist thing. Like you go from being a patriot to a Nazi, just like that, because of the way they frame things. However, do you think that they'll take what Hillary Clinton said, which was a clear joke that is meant to point at a thing that people talk about all the time, black folks looking the same? Do you think that'll be taken and used against her by the media? Absolutely not, because the media is in her pocket. The media is in favor of a Hillary Clinton. They're still looking for a way to get Hillary Clinton in office. It's been 2 years now. I mean, when are you going to let it go? Trump's been in office for a long time. You already put in 2 Supreme Court justices. You're not going to get him out of there anytime soon. So you should just let it go. However, we know they're not going to do that. They're going to go down this whole road of trying to amp up a Democratic Party to boost them to an artificial way that they shouldn't be. And they're going to continue to try and downplay conservatives, libertarians, Republicans, whatever people want to call themselves that are not on the left. Okay? That's all they're going to do. But see, what I like is that American people, regardless of what color they are waking up. Those that are kind of in the center, not really deciding one way or the other, they're waking up to the games that the media plays, and they're understanding how to think more for themselves. So you can keep trying to do things like this double standard. If Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Donald Trump, Kellyanne Conway, anybody from a Trump administration says a thing, it's taken one way, but look at the left and what they do is taken a totally different way. They can lie, they can cheat, they can steal, they can talk about racial remarks, they can say racially insensitive things. There's not really a big deal. People understand the difference in the coverage and how these things are treated. If Hillary Clinton said that and had an R next to her name, it'd be front page news everywhere. Hillary Clinton is a racist. She proved it. She can't be trusted. She should be taken away from public life. She should never be considered to be the president ever again. Her running in 2016 was a mistake. It ruined the Democratic Party forever. That's what they would say. But because she's on the left, the media's in her pocket, it's not really a big deal. And we all know, again, as I close, what the result of these particular comments about black men all looking the same would be if she said these comments while on the opposite side of the political aisle. So what do you think? Do you think that Hillary Clinton is racist for saying a comment like this? Now, I can't say I'm totally just offended by it because I understand how the liberals are. This is the type of things that they talk about all the time. This is not anything new to me. This is pretty normal. But again, I think the main thing is just the hypocrisy that's going on here from the media and from those that are aligned with the Democratic Party. I think it should be a wake-up call to those that are black or so-called minority in America that this is how they think about you. They can make racial jokes and have a big cheesy and grin on their face in public and not fear any kind of repercussion. However, if you're on the right, you can't do that. I think even if you are stomped down liberal, you have to understand that. But I want to hear your thoughts. Were you offended? Do you think that this points out the hypocrisy? How do you feel about Hillary Clinton? Did you vote for her? Do you regret it? Do you want her to be the president right now, saying stuff like that out on the campaign trail, getting ready for the midterms? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below.